Okay, so we've got our 4 examples here. Let's start off with our first example. We've got -5 and 5 in brackets. Now the difference between a bracket and a parentheses when you're graphing intervals is that anything attached to the bracket means that the number is included, whereas anything attached to a parentheses means that the number is not included. So for example, we have -5 and 5 here. It means that any numbers between -5 and 5, as well as -5 and 5, are included in our intervals. However, if we have parentheses, for example, we have -infinity and 1, it means that -infinity and 1 are not included in our intervals, but any number in between these two are included. Now, if we have, for example, 1 parentheses and 1 bracket, like in example 3 over here, it means that the 2 is not included in our interval. However, the 10 is included in our interval. So any numbers between 1 through 10 will be included in our interval. And one more thing to note, when you have brackets, you put a closed dot, but if you have parentheses, you put an open dot whenever you are graphing, whether it's on a graph, a chart, or a number line, or anywhere else. Okay, let's get started on actually graphing our given intervals on number lines. So let's go ahead and draw our first number line. We've got our value -5 and 5, so let's put it on our number line here. We have -5 on our lower end and 5 on our upper end. And now all we have to do is determine if it is an open or a closed dot. And we can see we have brackets here, so it'll be a closed dot. So we do a closed dot on -5 and on 5, and we just connect the two. So that means any numbers between -5 and 5 will be included in our interval, including -5 and 5. Let's now go ahead and draw our number line for our second example. So we have our points here to put on our number line, which is going to be -infinity and 1. And we know that they're going to be in parentheses, so that means it's going to be an open interval. So let's go ahead and put 1 on our number line here, and since it's infinity, we don't have to really graph that. So let's go ahead and put our open circle over 1, showing that it's not included in our number line. And since it's infinity, we just go ahead and put an arrow showing that it can be any number from 0 to negative anything. Now let's go ahead and graph our third number line. The intervals are going to be 2 and 10. We've got 2 here in parentheses, and then 10 is attached to a bracket. So that means our 2 will be an open interval, but our 10 is going to be a closed interval. So let's go ahead and put 2 and 10 on our number line. We got 2 on our lower end and 10 on our upper end. And again, 2 is attached to a parenthesis, so it won't be included in our interval, and 10 is attached to a bracket, so it will be included in our interval, and that will be a closed dot. And now we just connect the two, and we can see that any number from 1 to 10 will be in our interval. For our last example, we have 5 attached to a bracket and 8 attached to a parenthesis. So let's go ahead and draw our number line. We'll put 5 on one end and 8 on the other end. We have a bracket for 5 and a parentheses for 8, and we connect the two. And there you have it. You have graphed your intervals on a number line. If you would like more practice problems, check out the links in the description box below. And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for more videos.